Hi, you guys, it's Miss Bermudez. Happy Tuesday. So, today we're going to continue on in our lesson. We've been learning about how to ask a yes and no question in Spanish. Up here at the top, we learned three ways to ask a question. We can either use intonation, that's where we change our voice at the end, kind of lift it up a little bit, and we add those question marks around the sentence. We can add a tag, that's where we leave the sentence alone. We take the period away and add a comma, and then we add an upside down question mark in either the word no or verdad after that sentence, and the final question mark. And the third way was the one we learned last week. The last one was inverting the subject and the verb, which I call flipping. And that one is where the subject and the verb actually switch spots. So instead of the subject being first and the verb second, the verb would be first and the subject of the sentence would be second. Alrighty. What we want to learn today or discuss today is how do we answer those questions? Well, we obviously have three ways of answering a yes no question. We can answer it yes, no, or the last way, I don't know. I don't know, we're only going to learn just in case it's a real life situation. When I'm testing you on this, I want you to answer yes or no, please. So here we have yes. The word for yes in Spanish is sí. If you look closely, it's SI with an accent mark over that second I. Sí. Everybody repeat it. Sí. Very quick. There you go. If you want to answer yes, no question with the answer yes, the first thing you have to do is you have to read the sentence and determine how you're going to answer it. We do this in English as well. Sometimes the subject pronoun is going to actually change depending on how we've been asked and how we answer a question. Well, let's look at an example. If I asked you, do you speak English? How would you answer that question in English? Very easy. Yes, I speak English. The you would be the asking, do you speak English? And the person who would answer it would have to say, yes, I speak English. So your subject pronoun changed from the question to the answer. The same would happen in Spanish. ¿Tú hablas inglés? Sí, yo hablo inglés. So here, do you speak English? Yes, I speak English. Same exact format. Um, Sometimes the subject of the sentence isn't going to change. Let's look at this next example. Does Bob speak Spanish? Yes, Bob speaks Spanish. So in Spanish, you'd say, Bob habla español. Sí, Bob habla español. Over here, I've been using the real easy way of making the question. So I just put the question marks around it. You could say, habla Bob español, or you could say, Bob habla español, no? Any of those would work, but I was trying to take the simple ones and make that apparent so you could learn those at least. If the subject, or in this case, the subject pronoun wouldn't change at all, and the same wouldn't happen in English or in Spanish. Here's a little cheat sheet I made so you could look at the different ways people would ask the question and how you'd answer it with the actual subject pronouns. Well, let's look real quick on how you'd answer no to a question or answer a question with a no. You're going to actually use no twice in the answer. Let's look at an example here. I have David canta en la clase de arte. Does David sing in art class? And I want to answer no. David does not sing in art class. So here, down here in English, it's no. David does not sing in art class. So in this case, I actually have to write two no's in the same sentence in Spanish. No, comma. David no canta en la clase de arte. So this way, you actually use two no's if you're answering a no question. This is not the same thing as a double negative. This no means no, and this no gives you the does not in Spanish. So it's not breaking any rules. If you want to say I don't know, all you'd have to say is yo no sé. Yo no sé. Now, if you're going to answer a complete sentence, I would have to say I don't know if, and then I would have to repeat part of the question. So, does she dance? I don't know if she dances. Ella baila? Yo no sé si ella baila. Alrighty, there we go. That is how you answer yes, no questions in Spanish using a yes, a no, and an I don't know. Please feel free to leave me any comments. You can always message me. Let me know if you understood the lesson and how it went for you. All right, guys, take care. I miss you very, very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.